Minasan, konnichiwa. Maiko desu. Elio desu. Watashi tachi wa haipumasu desu. Yoroshiku desu. That's all I know in Japanese. Welcome to another Frontline report. It's end of July. Time flies.
Already.
We are here with Elio once again to tell you a little bit of something that you might have noticed in the game. I know some of you already know what's coming, but for some of you it's going to be a complete surprise. So we are going to share some information with all of you today about the upcoming feature that has been requested by lots and lots of players. So what is it going to be?
So I think you gave an extra hint at the beginning of this interview.
Guilty.
So we're introducing the fourth nation. Okay,
The fourth nation.
Fourth nation in the game. So that's gonna be Japan, as you can imagine. We wanted to do something a bit different in that approach. We wanted to also even the balance between the Axis and the Alliance. So now we have actually another faction on the Axis, and we wanted to also cover more of the globe in terms of like how you can represent yourself and how you can play World War Armies. So we're very excited to introduce Japan very soon.
Were there any other nations into consideration?
Yeah, mate. There might have been one or two, yes. It doesn't mean that's never going to happen, but we need to prioritize things. We're even thinking of different ways to maybe not just have full nation at some point in the game, but that we're investigating. We're not sure about the best approach to do several nations in the future. But yeah, of course, we want to keep on expanding, keep on offering different options to the user, different strategy. That's very important.
So as of now, in terms of Season 2, which is still ongoing, and I hope you're having fun with Season 2, anime is kind of winning against comics. We'll see if we can, strike back a little bit. Tell me, how is it going to look like? Okay, we are introducing a whole new nation into the game, and it probably changes the power balance. So how is Japan going to feel like in terms of gameplay, and how is it going to feel playing against other nations that are currently in the game?
So we wanted to give something a bit unique and a bit different than the other nation. So a lot of the philosophy of the nation is a bit about getting control, getting a bit aggressive, potentially, at the beginning. Like, for example, some users really love rifles, right? It's like the first unit, and it's actually like very powerful to gain map control. So it's something that we're pushing a little bit, that you're going to be able to get through different ways. A bit, you're going to have actually some officer power and nation power that's going to differ actually depending on the amount of troops that you have, for example. So the point here will be really to bulk up your troops and gain control of the battlefield. That's really one thing that we want to push. Of course, you're gonna have tanks and other artillery eventually, but let's say like one of the first thing is how to make infantry great again.
You said about the officer skills. Will there be any unique mechanics for Japan? Because we have been waiting for a legendary unit, probably with something special, but also like a whole new officer with 3 new skills. How is it going to look like?
So it's going to be a mix. Regarding the officers, it's going to be a little bit of what you already know, but some that you don't know. So one skill, for example, that you don't know about, that doesn't exist at the moment in the game, that we're adding a little bit of skill-based in terms of using a skill, which at the moment, of course, there's timing in how you need to use your skills, but we're adding a little bit of an extra for the skill named Divine Winds. Spoiler alert, it's quite cool.
Divine Wind. Is it? Does it have to do something with kamikaze?
Whoa. No.
No. Okay, we'll see. I haven't seen Japan myself yet. I'm really looking forward. I want to playtest it a little bit before it's launched in the game as well. Speaking of which, how players are going to get access to Japan. Is it going to be unlocked for everybody from day one, or are we having any special events?
So there's two levels to that, let's say. For a certain amount of time, the nation is going to be limited. What we mean by that is that to access the nation, you need to actually participate to a unique event. And when you participate to that event and you complete it, you're going to be able to actually unlock the nation. So if you're a new player and you just install the game and you really focus on completing that event, maybe, I'm not sure if you can unlock it before Germany, but for sure you will unlock it, for example, before USSR.
Yeah, but you don't have to unlock it like currently going through.
Just need to complete that event.
Just the event.
So depending on how you and what we put as requirement in the event in terms of points, but it's possible you unlock it before Germany, depending on the requirements that we put. There's not going to be a link.
Not only you unlock a new nation, but you also earn some rewards by doing the event.
For sure, yeah, you get actually units for that nation. So you're going to unlock it and you're going to have a starting deck when you actually manage to get the final reward.
Oh, that sounds really cool. And what happens next? You said 2 parts.
Exactly.
What's the second part?
The second part, like when the event will be over, it's going to come into the natural progression of the game. We don't know for sure yet, but it's very likely that we don't push it further than USSR, that it comes potentially before. We want users to feel like a clear progression, and maybe there's a little bit too much of a gap right now between the time you unlock Germany and the time you unlock USSR. We explored other options, but right now it's most likely the one that we take.
Okay, well, that sounds really great. And I don't know about you, I really want to try Japan, as I already said before. So we hope you are going to enjoy it, and we really hope to see it released in the game really soon.
Thank you.
See you in the battle.